Hi guys, what's up? And it's time to figure out what my March TBR will be. So February did not go very well. I'm just gonna go straight into how the month went. So to start off, I changed the book I was reading for the Agatha Christie prompt. I changed it to The Secret Adversary so that I could read it for TBR Knockout because it has pink on the cover. And so I will be finishing this. I still have a week left. And I'm currently working on my TBR Knockout books. So yes, I will definitely be finishing this. So now we have Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. This was for a retelling. I am currently in the middle of it. I have the audiobook, so hopefully I'm going to finish this by the end of the month. I'm going to say that I am because since I have the audiobook. So yeah. I'm going to mark that as going to be read by the end of the month. Now we have Light It Up by Kekla Magoon. This was for a series. Haven't read it. Next we have Where the World Ends by Geraldine McCaffrey. This was for a 5-star prediction. Haven't read it. That's how my February went. Just books falling. This was for my pick from my TBR Teapot. Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. Haven't read it. Oh, wait, okay, so these last two, it's okay. Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. I did end up reading this. I think I gave this 3 stars. I did not have good reading month this month. So yeah, or this past month. So yeah, but I did read this. I listened to an audiobook. It's a freaky book. Also, this was for Community Shelf Card of Ugly Cover. It is, in fact, one of the ugliest covers. But next I have the book that I chose for my extra roll, which was also part of my Buzzwordathon. Go check out my Buzzwordathon video to see how this went. But I had White Olander. I know I keep saying Orlander. There's no R, but it's how I see it. So, but I DNF'd this book. So I technically did finish it. I just did not finish it. I started it and chose to not read it anymore. So yeah. Obviously my month was really terrible, so I do have to add a roll, and then I also have to choose one of the books that I didn't finish to add to my TBR. So I'm going to have a very large TBR March, which I think will be okay because I have spring break. So hopefully that will help me out. So I think I'm going to choose Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson because I just want to finish all of her works. Plus, I do get through her books pretty quickly. So I'm going to choose Let Me Hear a Rhyme to be the first book that's on my TBR of March. Okay, so let's start off with our TBR Teapot. I'm going to do my library one again because I have a lot of library books still left. I was able to get to a couple of them this month. So let's figure out which one I will be adding to my TBR this month. Hey guys, it's Editing Michaela. Explains why I currently look like a potato. But the book that I chose for my TBR Teapot this month, so basically I got it from the library. Obviously I was using my library TBR Teapot and someone wanted it, so I wasn't able to keep it until March. So what I'm going to do is just pull out of my regular TBR Teapot because I think I'm just going to send back most of my library books except for the ones that I've already added to my TBR because a lot of them are really close to being due. So yeah, so I'm just gonna pull out of this one and see what we get. Also, I wasn't able to get that book, Part of Your World by Liz Braswell, on Libby, so I tried. I tried to keep that book, but... Okay, so I have More Than Words. I have to see if this is on Libby real quick. Wait, no. Never mind. I own the book. This is the book. It is by Jill Santopolo, which is actually a book that I've been wanting to get to. So I'm actually quite excited. I keep my eye out on it every once in a while. I'm not really sure what this is about, but I know their book, The Light We Lost, was super popular for a little bit, and I didn't really hear much about this one, but this cover is gorgeous. So yeah. So that will be the book that I pulled out of my TBR teapot for the month. Okay, so now let's get on to the rolls. I have six. I have 6 rolls because I usually do 5, but since I didn't finish my TBR, I still have, I have to add an extra roll as well as adding one of the books from my TBR last month. So let's get to it. We hopefully will not be adding any more rolls because that's a lot of books that I have to read. So let's get on to the first roll. Okay, so we are back to the Bookopoloy board, and last month we ended on Community Shelf, so that is where we will be starting. Let's see, our first roll is a 7. Instagram poll, so I just have to put up a poll on Instagram with a few different books. The first roll was an Insta poll, so I will put up here what is chosen. I'm not too sure what books I'm going to put in the poll yet. It kind of depends on how the rest of the rolls go. So, yeah, I will let you guys know what I put in the poll, the 2 books I choose, and then also what is chosen. Now let's head to roll number 2. Now on to roll number 2. Oh, we have doubles. Fantastic. So instead of 6 rolls, we'll be doing 7 this month so far. Short read. Okay, that's definitely what I need this month. Roll number 2 was a short read, and I'm going to choose one of my TBR knockout books to fit in here, and it is Elephants Can Remember by Agatha Christie. It's 237 pages, so yeah, the limit is 250 for a short read. So definitely got in there barely. But yeah, this will be my book for short read. We also got a double, so that means that we have 7 rolls now. So let's go on to roll number 3. Time for roll number 3. 9. Woman of Color Author. So for roll number 3, we got Woman of Color Author, and for this I've put in my Buzzwordathon book of the month. I changed what my Buzzwordathon book was going to be. I was originally going to do How to Lose the Time War, I think that's what it's called, and it's just not on Libby, and I don't know if I'll be able to get to the library anytime in March. So I recently picked up Swing Time, which fits the Buzzwordathon. The buzzword is time. So yeah, by Zadie Smith. I'm really excited to get to this. I'm really trying to get to the books that I just picked up because I cheated on my book buying ban. So I need to feel good about finishing them pretty quickly. So yeah, I will be reading Swing Time. I'm not really sure what this is about. I just hear a lot of people talk about it, and I wanted to try Zadie Smith. So now on to roll number 4. And I guess I should mention that yes, I have the Dalek again because my board is still a little bit bent. But now on to roll number 4. 7. A chance card. Okay, so I shuffled these really well, so I better not get ugly cover. Oh, okay, well, this is not what I thought. But, this is like books that I've read or that I want to read, and books that I don't. I've already read All American Boys. So let's see. Okay, White Olander, definitely DNF last month. Dancing on the Edge. Okay, so I'll be reading Dancing on the Edge for this chance card. For roll number 4, we had our first chance card this year, and it went through a couple of them that I've already read. I need to really go through them and figure out what I've read, and then maybe add some new ones. But I got Dancing on the Edge, which is actually a TBR vet on my shelves because I have had this book for so long, And I read the synopsis, and I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, but it is pretty short as well. But here's Dancing on the Edge. Not really sure what it's about. It seems like it has some fabulism in it, maybe. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm glad to finally be getting to this because it's been on my shelf way too long, and I just need to either read it and enjoy it, read it, unhaul it, or end up DNFing it. So now on to roll number 5. Now on to roll number 5. 6. Lowest rated on Goodreads. Oh, so good. Such a good prompt. Okay, so for roll number 5, we had lowest rated on Goodreads, and so I've gotten my, I don't know if you can see, but the lowest rated that actually has any ratings, because 2 of them haven't come out yet, is The Word for Yes, which has been on my TBR before, and I never read it. So here is The Word for Yes. I have to read it this month. It's actually quite short as well, so that will do me well. But yeah, it's by Claire Needle. I don't know why this is rated so low because it does sound interesting, but I just am not sure if I'm going to be in the mood for it. So hopefully I am. Hopefully I pick it up. Now on to roll number 6. Now on to roll number 6. 7. TBR Teapot. So we'll be getting something out of the TBR Teapot twice. So for roll number 6, I got TBR Teapot, so we will not be using my library one. We will be using my regular TBR Teapot, and this has a lot of the books I own. I think it has almost all of them except for like new ones that I've gotten. But yeah, and then it also has stuff that I can get off of Libby. It just has a lot of the books that are on my Goodreads TBR too, so it could literally be anything. Let's do this one. This one's a paper one, so I don't know how long this one's been in there. Okay, this one is Tell the Wind and Fire, but Tell the Wind and Fire is on my either Buzzwordathon or TBR Knockout TBRs, so I can't read it yet. So let's see. Okay. This one is... Okay, interesting. I know this is on Libby, I just don't know if it's available, so I may choose another one as well, and depending on which one, if the other one is a Libby one as well. This is from Blood and Ash, so I may not be able to get this. So I'm going to choose another one, but definitely if I can get from Blood and Ash, I will. This is like a romance. I think everyone talks about it. I literally added it to my TBR because one of my friends was like, you have to read it. Apparently it's super sexy. That's all I know about it. So let me choose one more just in case I'm not able to get from Blood and Ash because of how popular it is. Because I'm not going to buy it. Okay. So, ooh, I dropped one. But this one... Okay, I've already read this one. This is... becoming long. The Sun Does Shine, I read that in January, really enjoyed it. I had to pick up this one. I might as well just use this one. This one fell out, so... Okay, The Map of Time. So if I'm unable to get from Blood and Ash, I do own The Map of Time, which can also be used for Buzzwordathon, but I will definitely be reading Swing Time. So yeah. So if I can't get from Blood and Ash, I will read... A Map of Time, which I can actually grab real quick. This is quite the chunker, so I will be having, oh, and the words are not that big, so yeah, we'll be seeing. Hopefully I can get from Blood and Ash, which I know is large, but I think the print's quite big. Now on to roll number 7, which is hopefully our last roll. Now on to roll number 7, which is hopefully our final roll. We have another 7. Another short read. So basically, if I land on a space twice, that does give me an extra roll, so that's great. For roll number 7, we got another short read, which does add an extra roll if you do land on a spot twice. But for this one, I have chosen a life-changing manga of tidying up. This has been on my shelf for quite a little bit, a couple of months, I think. And I just need to read it because it's a manga. And, you know, March is the beginning of spring cleaning. Let's move on to what is hopefully our final roll, roll number 8. Okay, so now on to roll number 8, which is hopefully our actual final roll this time. We have a 5. So random number. That's a good one. For our final roll, we got a random number generator. So basically, I've taken a stack of books. I have Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, which is another chunker. So hopefully we don't get that. Something Happened to Allie Greenleaf, which is one of the books that I bought recently. Waste of Space, which is also one I bought recently. Little Children, which is a book for my TBR knockout. And then Hold Still by Nina LaCour, because I really want to get to it. So basically, I'm going to, they're going to be numbered 1 through 5, and we'll see which one we get. Don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. Going to generate. I got 4. So with the generator giving us 4, that corresponds with Something Happened to Allie Greenleaf. I am so excited about this. I wasn't expecting to find this in half price, and I've been really wanting it, and it's gorgeous, and I think that this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I still haven't found any books that I'm extremely in love with this year, so I'm really hoping that it happens in March. I think I have a lot of great books that I think could be favorites. So this is one of them. This is about a sexual assault, I believe. I don't know too much else about it, but I'm very excited about this. So these are the books that I have to read, including whatever my Instagram poll chooses. The Map of Time may or may not be there, depending on if I can get From Blood and Ash. But this is a pretty good stack. It's kind of big. It's very heavy. But yeah, so hopefully I'm able to complete this. I think it's possible if I get to reading immediately. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you aren't subscribed yet, get subscribed. I post reading vlogs all the time. I post reading vlogs for my TBR knockouts and my Buzzwordathon books for the month, and then obviously I give you a small little wrap-up at the beginning of these TBR videos. So leave a comment if you are currently reading any of these books, or if you plan to read them in the future, and what are you planning to read in March. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.